Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students of first year E. I hope you people are fine and having a good time. I am your teacher Saima Tanoli with the 13th lecture for civics, and today we will be doing chapter number 3, the state. Open your book on page number 46, that is John Locke 1632 to 1704. He is the second most eminent contractualist. We have done the first one, that was Thomas Hobbes. Today we will be doing John Locke. He was the second most eminent, that is an important contractualist. He was also an Englishman like Hobbes. He was not a philosopher. Pure and simple, his theory of social contract was also directed by a purpose. Though he was not a philosopher, but he gave the theory in a very pure and simple way, in which he was also of the opinion to have a purpose. State of nature, what he assumes and what he perceives, that is, Locke's state of nature was pre-political like Hobbes, but he did not agree with Hobbes that it was pre-social. To him, state of affairs during this period was not so dismal. Dismal means in a bad shape. According to him, man was neither selfish nor aggressive or self-seeking. He behaved with reason and justice. Locke holds that reason and justice was the law of nature, and equality was the fundamental justice or fundamental principle that guided man's relation with one another. He maintains a concept of natural rights, that is, life, liberty and property were the three basic rights generally accepted by the society, and by the virtue of this acceptance everybody led a life of his own liking. लोग अपनी मर्जी से नेचुरल राइट्स के थ्रू ज़िंदगी गुजार सकते हैं, बट फ्रीडम डिड नॉट मीन लाइसेंस. Its exercise was subject to reason and justice. As through this natural rights we have this complete freedom to maintain our life, liberty and property, but that does not mean that there should be no justice and there should be no rationality. Whatever we will be doing it logically, rationally and through justice. This is one of the very important concepts to maintain or preserve the natural rights. State of nature. Now what was that? In state of nature again, with this freedom and complete, we can say complete or absolute freedom, we used to come across three kinds of inconvenience that lead to this social contract theory. One of them was that the law of nature was not clearly defined. आपका जो law of nature था उसको define नहीं किया गया था. आज़ादी तो है, rationality भी है, but there should be a authority, there should be a leader or a ruler that will be implementing or interpreting this law of nature. That is, no authority to effect a universally accepted interpretation of the law of nature. Third, no authority to enforce the law of nature. यानी जो भी आपका लॉ ऑफ नेचर है उसकी एक तो इंटरप्रिटेशन होनी चाहिए थ्रू अथॉरिटी और रूलर, और एट द सेम टाइम एक ऐसा रूलर और अथॉरिटी हो जो उसको एनफोर्स कर सके. इन दैट केस इट विल बी सक्सेसफुल. ड्यू टू दिस अनसर्टन स्टेट ऑफ अफेयर्स people started feeling uneasy and insecure to some extent. This necessitated the presence of a civil society which was to offer certainty from uncertainty, security from insecurity, and an authority for an effective enforcement of right. So what was felt कि आपकी इस स्टेट ऑफ अफेयर्स को चलाने के लिए देयर शुड बी अ अथॉरिटी, देयर शुड बी अ लॉ abiding authority which will make the people follow the rules and regulation, और उनके अंदर जो अनसर्टनिटीज़ हैं उनको सर्टन किया जाए, सिक्योरिटीज़ को इनसिक्योरिटीज़ को सिक्योर किया जाए, और आपके पास एक लॉ एनफोर्सिंग अथॉरिटी आए. The social contract. Now, Locke maintains that two contracts were made. There were basically two contracts. First one, that is the first contract put an end to the state of nature and established a civil society. आपकी जो लॉ ऑफ नेचर था उसको ख़त्म करके पहला जो था कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, उसके मुताबिक एक सिविल सोसाइटी, एक ऑर्गेनाइज्ड डिसिप्लिन्ड सिविल सोसाइटी इमर्ज हुई. दिस वॉज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ ईच इंडिविजुअल विद अदर इंडिविजुअल. सो क्या था कि आपकी जो ये फर्स्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था, इसके थ्रू एक सोसाइटी इमर्ज हुई फ्रॉम अ uncivilized or a raw society to a civilized or disciplined society. The second contract was made with a purpose to establish a government in order to carry out the provisions or the instructions of the first contract. यानी जब एक society merged हुई civil society, तो for that we need to have a government that will order provisions or instructions to which these inhabitants and bulk of inhabitants will follow or give render or habitual obedience. There were two parties to this covenant or contract, that is the people acting as a unified body and a particular person that will be the contract king. और इस सूरत में आपके पास जो दो जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स हैं, एक तो आपकी पब्लिक हो गई और एक आपके किंग हो गए. पब्लिक फॉलो करेगी जो इंस्ट्रक्शन किंग देगा. एट द सेम टाइम इसमें एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात ये थी कि रूलर वॉज ऑल्सो अ पार्टी टू द एग्रीमेंट, एज अनलाइक द प्रीवियस social contract theory by Thomas Hobbes, in which he was given this relaxation to the king that he was not a party to the agreement. Here the king will be a party answerable to the people, so he will be giving his opinion and at the same time he will be answerable. Another thing was that surrender of rights by the society in favor of the ruler was partial, not total. Previously we have seen that in case of Thomas Hobbes, total subservience or total surrender of rights was given to the king, but here surrender of rights by the society in favor of the ruler was partial, not total. completely लोगों ने अपने rights को ruler के सामने surrender नहीं किया जैसे Hobbes की theory में था. So what happened, whenever the king ruling person exceeded the limits of authority stipulated by the terms of the contract, the society had a right to dispose him. इसमें क्या था कि आपका king answerable है, he is a party to the agreement, he is accountable और उसकी accountability हो सकती है. तो जब भी वो अपनी limitations stipulated limitations जो उनको एक दी गई हैं limited, उसको क्रॉस करते हैं, ट्रेसपास करते हैं, तो ही इज़ आंसरेबल टू द सोसाइटी एंड ही कैन बी रिमूव्ड. Hobbes on the other hand maintained that royal degree was always final as the king was divinely ordained. जबकि जो हॉब्स थे वो ये कहते थे, वो एब्सोल्यूट मोनार्की को और अनलिमिटेड मोनार्की को फेवर करते थे, सपोर्ट करते थे. उनके मुताबिक आपका जो किंग है वो डिवाइनली ऑर्डेन्ड है, सिंस ही वाज नॉट अ पार्टी टू द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट और मेंबर ऑफ द सोसाइटी, सो नो वन कैन गो अगेंस्ट हिम. अकॉर्डिंग टू Locke, he maintained that consensus, that is wish and will of the people, was the basis of the government authority. यानी लोगों की राय आमा, majority is authority, their wish and will is the foremost thing in this theory, and the king holds only a position in which he is answerable to the people as well. Evolution of the theory. Now what we can evaluate from this theory, Locke was a protagonist, a supporter of the constitutional monarchy. ये constitutional monarchy को believe करते हैं, unlike Thomas Hobbes, who is of the opinion of absolute or unlimited monarchy. Theory justifies the revolution of 1688. That is, it justifies that as a result of what James II did, he was disposed and the powers of the crown were somewhat curtailed. So this was what happened in the revolution of 1688, that King James II, he violated some of the rights and he was ultimately brought to justice एंड अल्टीमेटली ही वॉज डिस्पोज्ड, रिमूव कर दिया गया था किंग को, क्योंकि उन्होंने अपनी जो लिमिटेशंस थी उनको क्रॉस कर दिया गया था. अब क्या है कंट्रीब्यूशंस ऑफ लॉक टू द थ्योरी. लॉक ने जो कंट्रीब्यूशन की है, इट इज़ अ मच बेटर फिलोसफी, और वी कैन से इट डोंट हैव मच ऑफ द शॉर्ट कमिंग्स ऑफ इन दिस थ्योरी. तो लॉक की जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है इस पॉलिटिकल फिलोसफी में वो क्या है? He emphasized the importance of consensus as the basis of government. That is, he stressed more on the wish and will and the we can say राय आमा of the people. लोगों की जो रजामंदी है उस पे ज़्यादा उन्होंने बिलीव किया है. He emphasized that government was a trust. आपकी जो गवर्नमेंट है ये एक ट्रस्ट है और इसको हमने हर हाल में सेव करना है. Under no condition we will violate it. That is, one who commanded or committed a breach of trust was likely to be disposed. जो कोई भी breach of trust करेगा उसको remove कर दिया जाएगा. On the other hand, Hobbes made government authority a personal belonging. जबकि Hobbes ने क्या किया था कि जो अथॉरिटी थी उसको एक पर्सनल बिलोंगिंग और एक अपनी ज़ाती मलकियत बना लिया था, जो कि होना नहीं चाहिए. जो भी हेड ऑफ़ द स्टेट होता है ही इज़ आंसरेबल टू द पीपल. लॉक मेंटेन्ड अ डिस्टिंक्शन बिटवीन लेजिस्लेचर एंड एग्जीक्यूटिव. आपकी जो लॉक ने जो डिस्टिंक्शन की है बिटवीन द लेजिस्लेचर एंड द एग्जीक्यूटिव वो क्या है? एंड दैट इज़ ही मेड द एग्जीक्यूटिव सबसर्वेंट टू द लेजिस्लेचर. यानी आपका जो हेड ऑफ़ द स्टेट है, whatever laws he is implementing that are being made by the legislature, for that he will be answerable. He cannot violate those laws. उन laws को वो ख़त्म नहीं कर सकता, उनको किसी सूरत भी वो जो है trespass नहीं कर सकता, इग्नोर नहीं कर सकता. जो भी आपकी लॉ मेकिंग बॉडी लेजिस्लेचर लॉज इम्प्लीमेंट करेगी, एग्जीक्यूटिव इज़ bound to follow them. He is subservient to the legislature. That is, he is in every condition bound to follow those laws made by the legislature, and he cannot remove them or change them or even amend them. So this was the evolution. If we go for a recap again, especially the contributions जिसमें distinction between state and society है. आपकी जो state है वो बनी और फिर उसमें आपकी स्टेट में वी हैव द गवर्नमेंट विच विल बी इन्फोर्सिंग द लॉज विच द पीपल विल बी फॉलोइंग एज इन द सोसाइटी विच emerged as a civil society from a nature of state. Then we have the emphasis on the importance of consensus, लोगों की राय आमा. We have the emphasis that government was a trust and a breach of trust should not be made. Even if the head of the state commits a breach of trust, he will be removed. और लॉक ने डिस्टिंक्शन दी है, उन्होंने एक लाइन ड्रॉ की है बिटवीन द लेजिस्लेचर एंड द एग्जीक्यूटिव, एंड दैट इज़ द एग्जीक्यूटिव इज़ bound to follow the laws made by the legislature. So this is the second theory by a second contractualist, that is Locke. And with this we come to an end of the lecture. Learn these evaluation points, learn the laws of nature of Hobbes and Locke, as they will be helpful for your lengthy questions. Thought of the day is inhale confidence and exhale doubt. This is by Buddha. Thank you and have a nice day.